Two pipe smokers. Hope you're having a great day, great evening, great night. Um, Same thing with doing Tumultuous Tuesday today. That man, we just got into some great conversation. Um, had a really nice group, learned a lot, talked about a lot of history with pipes and stuff, and just kind of didn't want to interrupt anybody to tell them I needed to go start the live because it was a good time, really relaxing. So I managed to come up with a couple of blends in that. And I'm going to try this blend and see what it turns out like. This is an alteration to a blend I'm trying to make that Phil Rivara said was what tasted to him like Frogmorton on the town. So I'm going to see. I've never had that, but I'll see how good a smoke I can get out of this and just see what it's like. Hey, Dingus, welcome in, buddy. Now I'm trying some Drexel 6. Hey, Bob Kraus, how you doing, bud? This has just a pinch of Drexel 6, which is, for me, very close to Frogmorton Cellar. But it's got such a nice, smooth Latakia in it that I thought, I'll try it with this. So it's got a tiny bit of that. And you can still taste it. Otherwise, it's Burley and Sweet Virginia. Sounds like a cold medicine. Hey, Jeff. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you guys again. Welcome, DDT. Good to have you in the chat here. Good to have you in Google Meet. Same with you, Jeff and Dingus. Nice to have you guys in Google Meet for a bit there. Awesome, buddy. Yeah, thanks for your text. I was actually trying to close out the Google Meet for a little while, but it was interesting, and I hate interrupting people to tell them, hey, I got to go. But so far, this is pretty good. Pretty mouth-watering. Just got to wrap my head around it a bit more because the last attempt I tried at it had way too much Latakia, so... Pretty much, Dan, but it was all good. It was all good. It was fun, man. Those are so relaxing. I hate to close them out. Of course, I think I'm able to leave, and then you guys who are still already in there can keep chatting in there. But this is a pretty nice surprise. Now, this is the Peter Stokeby 702 Burley, Yellow Virginia, and Drexel 6, and this is very nice. You can get the sweetness from the Virginia as well as smell the Virginia very nicely while you're smoking. Taste a bit of the Burley mixed in. It's just really nice. And the Drexel 6 is just there where you can taste the Latakia, but very lightly. So it's pretty good. It turned out pretty good. Don't know what I would call it. Yeah, there's a little bit more of the Latakia flavor. So that's what it needed. It would just hit a little bit more of that. So this one's worth writing down. This is tasty. Been screwing around making blends, man. What can I say? Even in Google Meet. Came up with 2 during that Google Meet. Now 3, kind of, because it was at the end of the Google Meet. That is really nice. Oh, that'd be a good title for it because that's exactly it. Just a little bit English. Just a touch for that taste is fantastic. It's, yeah, not a very high percentage in there. It's mostly burley by far. Awesome. It's like Battleship when you blend. You know, you get your hits or misses. When you get a hit, it's a good one. Lovely taste as you're smelling the blend. Getting that taste is just delicious. Welcome, bud. Good to have you. Nice to have you in Google Meet. That's just, yeah, that's just a darling of a blend there. My wife's probably looking at me like, darling of a blend? You really said that? It's just nice. Easy going. Hey, Phil, welcome back. Nice to have you here. Nice to have you in Google Meet. Yeah, a little bit English would suit this. It'd be like some kind of sweet English. Very, very nice. Without Cavendish, even. Which is kind of nice because, you know, Cavendish a lot of the times has a very similar taste. And so this is a nice, little bit nice change from that. Almost tastes like honey. Like a honey English. Yeah, not back. That's right. Welcome back to the conversation. Batman is on the other side. I had to move him. Phil's used to his cat creeping up behind him. He didn't like Batman creeping up. And the mafia on the other side. That's right, buddy. There, I moved my mouse off of end stream because that's where the go live is at. And I leave the mouse there, and I'm like, one of these days I'm going to bump it and end the live, surprising myself, and stay here for an hour talking. Dan Lopez, welcome in, brother. Doing wonderful and great to see you. How are you this fine evening or night? It is night. I guess I figure after 9 is night. Oh, and then they're offering me an update. Restart your laptop.
They're asking you that right now.
Yeah, right now. Couldn't have shown up the rest of the day. Had to show up now. This is 9:30. Yeah, it's 9:30 here too. I have a tiny crack in the screen protector right over the second time digit, you know. And at that angle, I didn't even see the 3. I don't even know what to call this. This is fantastic. I do like
donuts to me.
It smells like donuts. Maybe I'll call it Mabu's Donuts. Try it. It's tasty. That is a really nice one. Take it slow.
Doesn't taste like donuts.
No, it doesn't taste like donuts. It tastes a little bit like honey in English. Got a little sweetness. Kind of mouth-watering a little bit. So you like the smell, but not the taste? No. It's a good one for me to smoke at nighttime. Your hair smells like donuts? That's not good.
Shampoo, you know?
Donut shampoo?
No.
Donuts brought to you by L'Oreal.
Might be the spots that you have stuff in.
Yeah, I do have. Oh, what do I have in there even? Could be because Turkish smells. You're probably smelling Turkish in your hair. Mabu's Turkish donuts. Sounds weird.
You said it.
I did say it. Oh, and see, and DDT came up with the name. Darling Donuts English. That was a great name. Oh, you behave too, Phil. Hey, you can eat dinner and join us here in the live.
What's for dinner?
Oh, and Mabu asked, what's for dinner? Yeah, this is really nice. You can taste the Virginia, especially in the beginning. And it kind of cuts down a little. This is New Minster. No, this is not New Minster. That was in the last blending. Yellow Virginia. So it's sweet. Very, very nice. Very nice smelling. Has a good amount of burley in it. That's 702 burley that Dan Lopez initially sent to me, and then I ordered it again and was wondering why it was so familiar. So you knew what you were doing, Dan. You've never strayed me wrong with blends, brother. So, and then it has just a little bit of Drexel 6, which is such a smooth Latakia blend. It doesn't have any more than 10 or 15% maybe. in this. So you get the sweet, smooth. Jeff said, call it sweet muffins.
Mhm.
I could. It's very good. It gives you the illusion that you're tasting honey, and
Well,
then
the
you
honey
get
part
that
could be like a glazed donut or something.
honey glazed donut. Call it honey ham. Smoked honey ham. Yeah, she's like, it doesn't taste like donuts.
I didn't sound like that.
I know you didn't, but like, kind of sound.
I ate dinner too early.
You're getting hungry. We did eat dinner pretty early. I ate a ton of dinner. So I visited my mom today. She fed us lunch. I ate a lot of food then. I had a lot of spaghetti and garlic and cheese and all that good stuff at dinner. I should not in any way be hungry,
But you are though, huh?
but I'm getting hungry. Well, I guess we ate like 5 hours ago, 4 hours ago, 4 hours ago, 5:30. This smells so damn good. I'm gonna have to include it in a giveaway. Oh, awesome, Dan. I may have some of that. I'll have to look. I might be mixing it in my mind with amaretto.
Well, that one smells good.
Yeah, amaretto's a good one. I need to order more of that because I've got like 4 ounces, but that's one you could have plenty around and be happy. And it blends with about everything. Caramel Bookshop or Haunted Caramel. Yeah, you guys, you would like this, I think, especially if you like the taste of Virginia, but it can get harsh to you. This is a very light but flavorful taste of Virginia. A very tasty, mellow burley, and that smoothness from the Latakia and that flavor is just awesome. It's not really too much of anything. It's just the right amounts of everything to get the positives of all of it and no drawback, which is nice. Sometimes it's hard to get that in a blend. Sometimes you come up with a flavor profile in your head and then you blend it and you're like, "Ooh, this bites a little," or "This isn't the right taste." This one's excellent. I'm just gonna, yeah. You said, let's see what the title was. A little bit English. I may just call it a little bit because it just tastes a little bit of all three of those, but really good. Huh?
It's like the little bit of honey, little candy.
The bit of honey. I do have a bit of honey blend already, though.
Yeah, I know.
But this would work good. And getting that flavor without actually adding honey is pretty good. I'm impressed with myself by accident, so that's pretty good. Everett, how you doing, brother?
Oh, one reason why we might be hungrier too is because we didn't have any meat with dinner. We just had pasta, no meat.
Hey. Yeah, just being ornery.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So, what are you gentlemen smoking this evening? That was not a good one. That wasn't a good one either. Everett, isn't that the greatest? That is the greatest short that I put up, I swear. Who took all the Captain Black grape? Who? No, you don't look like a squinting chihuahua. It was just that I'm on to you look that I imagined, but no. You don't that'd be like your that'd be like in your mind when you're thinking that, like who did that? I know who did that. I got a video up today with Mabu in it that was pretty dang good too. Royal Twist and a Stanwell. Yep, I remember talking with you about that. I didn't remember the Stanwell, but I've been smoking mine today. I got it right here. Robert McConnell Original Oriental. Nice. This is wonderful. And if you breathe in, like if you smell it through your nose as you puff, this will make your mouth water like crazy. Well, we found out something cool. The plastic we're putting, so my dad and I in our garage put up all the insulation, and we're getting plastic to put over it all before we do the paneling. And the plastic comes already cut into handy sheets, so that's going to be easier. And the paneling will be easy, other than we've got 5 windows to work around, but that's going to be the hardest part. Otherwise, it's going to be pretty easy. Like you just measure and cut before you hang it and you're good. And then it's already considerably warm in there. It's fantastic. And then we just get the electrician in and we're ready to rock and roll. I've had tons of help and tips from Tim Pollock. You guys check him out. I don't know if he still makes pipes, but he had an issue. He got a head injury or something. I'm not exactly certain, but he had to slow down on stuff. But he is very helpful when it comes to making pipes. Especially, he made a series with using limited tools. That's very helpful, and Phil's been really helping me out a lot. So, and then I watched another video. I don't remember the guy's name. He's probably in his late 70s, early 80s. And somebody, I think it was his son, filmed him making a pipe, and he made it. I know they always cut time out and move things here and there, but he made it in around an hour, maybe under 2. And his billiard pipe turned out great. So I now know, between those 3 folks, the tools I need to have. And so my dad and I are looking into that. But we got almost everything we need. So hopefully here in February, I can be at least set up to make pipes and start on my first one. Finishing up the PS Bullseye. Nice. Yeah, I remembered you were getting low on that. Last of the jar. I'm glad it treated you well. Yeah, and I'm starting a codger series for blends, because I've made a nice handful of really good ones. Like I made my version of Carter Hall, which tastes to me at least as good as Carter Hall. A little more flavor, a lot of rounded out edges, I guess, so to speak. But it stays true to the taste. And I made my own haunted bookshop thanks to a lot of help from Northwoods Piper. And there was another one that was really good. I can't even, was it Carter Hall Haunted Bookshop? Oh, and I made a Prince Albert kind of blend. It tasted just like that with a little more flavor. I really like it. And this blend could just about be one because it's simple, tastes good, mild, hits the spot. You could reach for it anytime. So I got about 4 or 5, I think, in there that could be codger blends. Hey, Todd, welcome in, buddy. Good to have you. Todd, did I send you the Google Meet link? I don't think I did, and I apologize. I think I forgot to copy it and send it to you in a text. I just refer back. There was about a week or two. I was getting wicked bite, man, off of Haunted Bookshop and even Carter Hall and Prince Albert, man. Things were biting me that never had. Lane 1Q. Oh, man. Well, I'm sorry about that, Todd, but I'm grateful to see you here. Oh, I understand, Dan. We're fortunate. Our shop is 13 something feet by around 20 something. So it's pretty nice size for a wood shop. But anyway, Everett, that week everything was biting me. So I'm like, I got to make a version of this that doesn't bite me. And it actually helped make some very, very pleasant blends. So now that I'm not getting that bite, and I got over a cold and then I didn't have the tongue bite. Once I got over that, though, the blends held true to their flavor and were really good. And I also made, because I was getting tongue bite from Burley Light without a bite, and a lot of people I've talked with on here have also gotten tongue bite from Burley Light without a bite. So I made Burley Light done right, and it tastes just like Burley Light without a bite, but there's actually no bite. But everybody's palates and taste buds and chemical composition is different. Oh, nice, Todd. Hey, Ron, how you doing, brother? Great to have you here. Captain Black Gold, K Woody Bent. No, that can't be K Woody. Bent Coral Meerschaum. I have not had Captain Black Gold that I can recall. I know I've had original. I might have had gold. I know I had original for sure and had grape. Hey, Jay, welcome in, buddy. And just so you guys know, if some of you haven't seen, tonight with the Google Meet and this live, it will replace tomorrow's. So I will not have my regular Google Meet or live tomorrow. And then Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern, we are going to do a Matches 860 tribute live with the blessing of Sergeant Sabanelli himself, who's going to try to make it in. So if there's any videos you recall, or you've got any pipes, any shapes John would have had, or something that you can attribute to that, any stories, feel free to bring them with you. That'll be Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be a good time. I went in today to try to recall some of the videos I really liked of John Harden's, some of the favorites, I was looking for 4 or 5, and I ended up finding like 28, 24, something like that. But some of his stories are amazing. I found one on pipe making, and I didn't even mean to find it. I just found it. And he made some gorgeous pipes. And it was really cool because he just had this way of, at the time you watched his videos, whatever video it was the right time to hear it. It kind of helped your day. So I'm even going to smoke Haunted Bookshop, Everett. It's going to be a good time. Okay, Everett. Thanks for joining, brother. Good luck to you with work. I hope it works out for you how you'd like it to, and they let you work more than 2 weeks. But nice to see you, buddy. You have a great night. Yeah, and I don't have bacon old fashioned, or I would laugh and smoke that as well. I do have Haunted Bookshop. I've got my Savinelli saxophone, so I've got a lucite. And then I also have the 673 shape. So I'm excited to share some bowls. And the reason I had people ask why not during his actual hour, and I feel like his hour should remain his time slot, and out of respect, we'll just start the following hour. That's why I'm not starting at 7 Eastern. And I'm busy up till that anyway. And it seemed like the time that I picked seemed to be the best chance that Sarge could be there. Big and Burly. Thank you, Jeff. I couldn't remember for the life of me the name of that. But it'll be a good time. So feel free to spread the word, invite your friends. We'll share some stories, talk about John, and we want to remind maybe his family, maybe his daughter still looks up videos from him and stuff. So maybe we can just kind of be a reminder that he's still thought about fondly and cared for. And of course, we'll have to do a toast. We'll have to do a shout out. We'll have to do a shout out to John, a cheers for him. We'll have to do a shout out to his family. We got to do it right the best way we can. Oh, there you go, Dan. Yeah, I wasn't allowed to be vaccinated anyway. I have a better immune system than I did. But it's been kind of compromised. So my neurologist said, he said, do what you want to do. But he said, unless you get a real strong feeling you ought to get it, you don't need to inject anything into yourself that could cause any more issues, because I'm trying to figure out meds right now anyway. So it wouldn't be prudent for me. I think that's the right word for me to do that. Well, and that makes sense to me. You know, I won't speak for everybody, but that makes sense to me, Dan. If you already had it, I'm just grateful that they knocked down the mandatory jab here. They tried to pull that off and it didn't work. So I'm grateful. It should be people's choice. And, you know, the government shouldn't be able to order you to let them inject things into your body. Especially for people with my case where it may not be a good idea at all. RD, welcome in, brother. Your background is back to purple. I'm not sure where Zippo's at. Yeah, definitely check out Zippo's channel, guys. He's a good presenter. And he was mentioning doing a giveaway around 300 subs, so maybe we could bump him up a bit. Purple drank. You are getting manly again. Maybe next time it'll have you back to brown or something. I don't know. I agree with you, Dan. And I think that's a lot of it is quick study. And I've known people that have passed from COVID. I've known family, friends, and family who have passed from COVID. And I've known people who have gotten the shots and done well. I've known people who've gotten the shots and done horribly. It's gone horribly bad. So I've seen it all. And you just got to do what you think is right for you. I hate to say this, DDT, but you just wait long enough and you'll see RD's brown circle. Can't believe I said that, but and in case the YouTube folks are watching, when I'm referring to the colored circle around the R on his thumbnail. Oh, that's great to hear, Ron. That is great to hear, buddy. And that's scary. The nice thing is about the human body, it's very resilient and durable. Um, I had scans when I had my first grand mal. I fell, and on my way to the floor, I hit my face on the coffee table. So I had perfect circumstances for fracturing my C2. And they got a picture where it's kind of questionable if there was a fracture or not. And finally, my doctor was able to say he's as sure as he can tell, looking much closer at that scan, that it looks like indeed there was a fine fracture. And the nice thing is, because I still notice my neck every day, out of sight, out of mind, but I still notice it every day, every night, or if I sleep different, it's not just a stiff neck, it's like all the time. And when a storm's coming and stuff, I've had a couple of times when I don't know if it's barometric pressure change or what, where I've had to even put my neck brace on for a couple hours just for some relief. But it shouldn't still be bothering me 2 years after, 3 years after. And that's that's why he said, but he was saying that, most likely the bone is healing, the muscles around my neck are automatically supporting it. And that's why my neck will get stiff, is because the muscles are always moved a certain way. They're always trying to react and protect it. So I wish Pam great luck and healing. Because that is, your body's durable, but that stuff with your back, it'll either take years typically to heal, or it'll be something you live with for a long, long time and you just struggle. RD, I'll make it to the choppa. Yeah, blessings go out to you and your wife, Ron. You've been a good friend and you're a nice guy, and she must be a nice woman to be with you. And I really hope she does well quickly. Now this is good. So we've got a few good blends. I got one I called Sunflower. Very tasty. It's got Carolina Red Flake, Louisiana Perique, and Sutliff J6 Golden Cavendish. And it's just a delightful, nice, warm, comforting smoke. Nice taste, easy going. Could almost have delight in it. Just a really good flavor. And I'll give a little bit of a spoiler for my giveaway coming up. Possibly in a couple months, maybe a few. I'm going to have my all Virginia blend in there. I should have about 3 boxes to send out in February. And got a couple trades going. It's going to be really nice. Thank you, Jeff. Ohio Sweet Muffins. You're never going to live that down, buddy. Even if you change your name, I'm going to call you Sweet Muffins as long as I know you. DDT says he has a bunch of bulged discs, bone spurs, and facet joint arthritis in the lower lumbar.
Ouch.
Pain reminds you that you're still alive. It does. It does. And you learn to appreciate a lot of things. And pain's important, you know. It's your body telling you something's wrong. And that's important. That was part of an issue. They have guys that are giants. And I can't remember exactly if this was the same case for Andre the Giant. But there was a guy that had gigantism, and he was almost 8 feet tall, and he didn't know because he couldn't feel pain. He had a leg brace causing an infection, and he didn't know it until the infection ended up killing him. So pain is important. You can't sound tough. You can't sound tough with Sweet Muffins. Oh, thank you, Jeff. Yeah, I'm sorry you have that DDT because that's rough, man. Oh, bone spurs, man, that's no good either. None of it's good. It just reminds you you're tough. After my dad had cancer twice, he ended up having a hat that said, "Tough times don't last, tough people do." So keep that in mind. I like to think that God will never hand anything your way that you can't handle. You may not know you can handle it, especially at the time, but it's a good reminder that you're here for a reason. Or you weren't good enough to get in anywhere. So if you smoke a pipe longer, then that'll get you in. But you got to stay here and smoke your pipe until that time. So keep that in mind. Oh, my notebook's right over there. I'm getting lazy. I'm using flashcards to not even that good a quality to write down blends tonight. But that's all right. I'm gonna have a scrapbook. It's gonna be a notebook with glued or taped on squares of, which is good because I actually write them smaller, take up less space.
You write small.
I do already. I already write small. What's that supposed to mean? Just because you can't read most of my writing, I'm too nice to tell you it's because you can't read.
Your handwriting.
My handwriting. Oh, RD said he just recently read that WWE Ed McMahon, was it Ed McMahon? Something McMahon. I don't even remember now. It's been too long. Still works out at 4 a.m. He said it was inspiring even though I get tired walking. But a few miles a day, that's good. That's important. And Ron says Pam has good and bad days, but just going grocery shopping at a couple of stores, she's wiped out. She would never have been able to sit in court that long. She sometimes has a lot of pain still. Man. I'm sorry about that. And it's, it's like that. She's got it worse than I do. I'm going to say that first. Um, but it's similar. I have days like that where I can go to 2, 3 stores, everything's pretty good. And I have days I walk into a store and there's a light or something, or it's just hits me. All the stimulation of just riding in the vehicle, even will hit me, and then that's it. And a lot of times it's leg strength or it's just my brain's worn out from all the stimulation. I'll have a really good day every once in a while, and I go, this is perfect. I'm good. I still have dreams too that this happens. That I go, man, I'm feeling good. I'm doing better. I can call my old boss back, get my old job back, get lined up to be his replacement when he retires, get right back to where I was at. And honestly, it's usually the day after that thought that ends up being a bad day. And it's like, okay, this is why I can't go back to what I was doing. That's a really good couple of sayings there. RD says, guess the moral is do what you can. He said his dad says the older you get, the more you have to do, and he believes him now because you're doing more work to do the same stuff.
Yeah. I can see
That's
that.
totally true, man. Oh, Todd, you have a great night, brother. Good to have you with us. My apologies again for not remembering to send the invite in text, but I'll get you next Tuesday, buddy. And thank you for your support. And if you guys have not subscribed to Todd, you should totally check out Little Fat Morgan and give him a subscription because he is one of the most supporting guys in the YTPC, and he is a great friend, even more than that. So he deserves it. That's true, Dan. Hey, Zippo, how you doing, brother? I swing like a boss. Oh my gosh. I haven't used that term or heard it for a long time, but I haven't used that term forever. That'd be a term I would use if I was playing a video game or something. I used to play the original Halo, the first 3, especially the second game I played a lot of. And man, I would take out enemy snipers and enemy vehicles like a boss. I was good at dodging it. It was insane, man. I remember playing on one map. I think it was on Halo 2. Might have been 3. It was a huge map. And man, if I saw a vehicle, I was hunting it down. If there was a sniper, I was going to go right up behind him and hit him in the back or do a takedown if he could in that one. I don't recall. I think it was Halo Reach. You could do the takedowns or shotgun him in the back. Like, nope, you're not sniping. But I remember one match. And man, I don't remember where I got up. I used one of those launchers, those man cannons, they called them. And I'd go flying up in the air and I would do it just right and land on a vehicle, or there'd be a little air vehicle flying past and I'd land on that, kick the driver out, turn it around and start bombing the tank or whatever. That was a lot of fun. I was like a boss in that game. My brother and his friend were really good nationally, and I had to play against them. So once I got good against them, then I was ready for anything. Yeah, I'm a bit tired too, Zippo. It's kind of been good for me today. It's been a day where I kind of got a second win in the evening, and it's been nice. It's been progressively better throughout the day. So I did spill tobacco today, but it was on a clean, flat floor easy to clean up, and I had maybe a pinch of just a little bit of waste. So it was pretty good. I didn't have to waste a bunch of tobacco. But it was a tin I put a blend in today, and I was like, of course, the whole tin. It was one of those moments it drops and you know it's falling and you just have to watch. Breaks your heart part way down. Nice. I was actually looking at old Ironsides tobacco a couple days ago. I love the tin art, and it sounds like a good tobacco. I haven't had it myself. The grape of my eye. Nice, Zippo. I'll have to keep that in mind. That was one that kind of stuck with me for the past few months once I saw it. I think the first time I saw it was at the Pipe Nook. That was one that's kind of stuck in my mind that it could be good. So that's good to know. I've been getting cheap. I haven't ordered tins when I order. I've been doing a lot of bulk, and I keep in mind blending, and I always keep in the back of my mind if tobacco couldn't be sold or if it jumped up in price or whatever. And oh, got yours at Tobacco Pipe, so they have it too. Cool. So I keep in mind, do I have enough of this or that I can make the blends I really enjoy the most for quite a while. So that's more what I based it on. Trying to found a lot of good ones, discovered some new really good ones, and I'm like, I can make about any blend. So, and that just keeps happening. Like today, made a few good blends. The last one I smoked had Yellow Virginia, Peter Stokeby 702 Burley, and some Drexel 6, and that was fantastic. And I made another one the other day that was dark chocolate. That was fantastic. So, had a lot of luck. Got back into using some Red Virginias and Golden Virginia, and they're both notable in blends. They do a lot of good for blends. And the Red Virginia flake, it doesn't take much, and you can get a lot of flavor in a blend. You really notice it. Oh gosh, Jeff. Yeah, DDT, you're pretty right there. Yeah, nice, Zippo. I do have some whole leaf ready to go for when I'm ready to. I processed some a while back, but I'm like, I should hold off a bit. I've got it jarred, but I'm like, I should hold off a bit and wait till I'm totally ready, and then go from there with it a little bit with a little more gusto. But for now, yeah, doing it with these blends it's just working for now. My next focus, man, I was like, I'll get the shop done and I'll blend and I'll make pipes, which will probably happen, but my focus is going to be on the pipes because I've gotten a lot of great information, had a lot of people help me out, had three really put forth a lot of effort to help me get going, and man, I'm just waiting on a little bit of time and then I'll be ready to make them, and I'm excited because I've got some really outstanding help learning how to make them. I was almost thinking that same thing right there, Dan. I'm pretty sure that Jeff has made a lot of women mad. Oh, see, no, he said he made several mad. I guess he was just talking about today, just one girl today. Amateur hour Jeff, those are rookies, rookie numbers, just one. And Cascadian, how the heck are you doing today, brother? Good to see you in as always. Hope you're enjoying yourself. So far, there's a guy, I can't recall his name. I just saw him for the first time today. I think he's around his early 80s, and he can make a pipe within 2 hours that is like, wow, that is a high quality pipe right there. Does everything. He's got his tools shown, does a great job. But number one mentor is Phil. He offered me help, and I'm no fool. Mama didn't raise no fool. I accepted it. And I didn't ask him. He's such a good friend. You know, I'm not going to turn him down. It's going to be fun to work with him no matter what, but he's been a great help and source of information. So turns out I have just about every tool I need. I just really need one more thing, and some special types of files, like just little, I hate the name, rat tail files, that I could use as well. But there's something else. We have a wire wheel, or a sanding wheel, that could do that work, and I might be better at it with that. So he's helped me with tools, tool ideas, information, and I'm about ready to go. Oh yeah, he's amazing, Zippo. So I've got a really good mentor. You can tell, if you commission a pipe from him, anybody who has a Phil Rivara pipe knows how he makes them. You can chat with him in Zoom or wherever, and or Instagram or what have you. And by the time you've talked to him about an idea, he goes, I have these ideas. And all of a sudden you've got a pipe right there and he's ready to make it. You're like, dang. It's always a joy for me to work with him and even just talk with him. So I'm anxious to get started. He's given me a lot of tips on everything, and so I'm going to make some awesome pipes. Very, very confident that they're going to turn out great. And that's the bottom line, is the drilling. That's the whole magic right there, is the drilling. Yeah, I understand, Zippo. Yeah, that's true, Cascade. Yeah, a lot of times just slowly breathing the smoke back through the pipe actually does help dry some of the gurgle. And I mean, you can still always take a pipe cleaner down to them. I just did with my meerschaum. I didn't pack it right, and I had just smoked before it. Normally there's no gurgle, but I think it was mostly in the stem where the moisture was, and I just did a pipe cleaner and it was good. So now I'm taking some Carolina Red Flake, some Red Virginias here. I think I'm going to do a little bit of Louisiana Perique, which is the fruitier Perique. It does have a little bit more nicotine than the long cut Perique. But it's going to have that summertimey kind of taste. Oh, there you go, Zippo. I think that's where mine was this evening. I don't really usually get any gurgle with my meerschaum, but again, I did smoke it a bunch anyway before Google Meet. So, and I didn't clean it out right away like I typically do. So I'm like, well, I'll just just ran a pipe cleaner through and it was all good. Killarney non-filtered. I've got filtered pipes that I like. They're ready for a filter, but I don't typically use filters myself. Welcome, Dark Lord. Good to have you, brother. Hope you're having a nice night. Had a good day. Yeah, I've heard lots of different not so great things about the Killarneys. I've heard they smoke good. Most of what I've heard, they smoke well. But I've heard a lot of complaints about the stains and different things used in the bowls, and I'm like, yeah, I will pass. But I'm not. I want my next pipe to be one that I made. So that's really what I'm going for. I got pipes I'd like to make. I know there are a lot of people on here, mostly you guys in the chat, who really like certain shapes of pipes. So my goal is to just make I don't know what I'll start with, probably a Briar'd, but I'm hoping to be making bulldogs and Rhodesians. I mean, nice size pipes. Then I already have different series of pipes pictured, ready to go. Just need the setup, so I can do the work. But I've got a really cool series, and it's going to be something special when you guys see it. It's going to be awesome. My problem is I've been getting these pipes from Phil. Now I've got one that's so nice, or it's still very nice, but I still do take it with me. But other than that, I don't take his pipes really anywhere. This awesome little smoker, this Briar'd from him I most recently got, does not leave the house. Except one day I think I took it out to show my dad, who was right outside, then it came back in the house. Nice, Zippo. Same here. I'm looking, there are a lot of pipes that I see a lot of people talking about, ones that I really want. I just never see them made. And if I had the money, I could just go, hey, Phil, could you make me one of all of these? But I want to, that's good drive right there to get into pipe making and make the pipes I want to see made. Oh, I didn't forget Dark Lord. But I want to make some chimney pipes. I want to make some really nice Dublins of different sizes, bulldogs, Rhodesians and Briar'ds, and pokers. I don't have a poker pipe, but I've wanted one for a long time. So I want to make some pipes that you just can't find. And I want to make them such good smokers, so when you get them, you're like, this is exactly what I wanted. This is amazing. I want to be able to deliver a smoke as good as Phil can as soon as I'm able. And actually, Zippo, that's something I've been thinking about today. Actually, today, were the stems. One of the guys, the guy I cannot think of his name, who was helping me out, we were talking about stems, and that's what I'd like to do, is a saddle stem or a little bit of a fishtail kind of stem that just widens out, comfortable for clenching, but it'd be Briar'ds. And I told my dad, I'm like, man, with this type of equipment Phil talked about, I could make Lavats. So, but if you want to get a bulldog, you see them here and there. It may not be the one that stands out to you, but they're generally overpriced, or they're not exactly the right one. You have those pipes that just really stand in your mind, and you see them and you're like, wow, I got to get that. I have not found that yet, other than Gerald Flood showed a pipe he got a long time ago, a bulldog, and it was absolutely what I've been looking for. And this other guy that's helping me out, makes pipes that are a very nice handful size. The Briar'ds, he's had, I don't think it was Lavat. I'm trying to think of what it was called, but he had a Briar'd. He had another one, not quite a Dublin, but he had some nice sizes of pipes. I'm like, hey, if I could make, all types of pipes, all sizes, then there's something there for everybody. And that's what it comes down to. I want to be able to give people a great smoke at a very reasonable and frankly affordable price, because I'm just tired of seeing Peterson or Savinelli. You find a pipe and you're like, oh my gosh, this is going to be $300 or $400. I'm like, that's ridiculous. Let's make some pipes that smoke great, that people want to smoke and want to take with them, and make them durable and make them so people can be like, hey man, this is there are not very many naked pipes out there. There aren't very many you can pick up. The Savinelli series is way fast. And well, it's already faded away. And those are some of my favorite pipes. So all right, Dan. Well, and I will let you guys know. And I'm going to be making my own stems as well. So it's the whole pipe's going to be, unless it's already discussed with the person getting it. If they just say, I just want a standard stem or whatever, that's something I'll try to do. But my plan is to make the entire pipe.
This isn't going to happen overnight.
Yeah, it won't happen overnight, but I'm as you can probably tell, I'm very focused on it, and I really want to get it going and do a good job. So it's got to smoke good and it's got to look good. Number one is the smoke. That was the other one. Thank you, Reed Bender. I was trying to recall that place as well. That was one that I actually referred Phil to, because he talked about he was going to have to do something different. There was going to be a shortage on Briar for him, and I mentioned that to him too. Nice. Same here, Zippo. Now, this is a Peterson Deluxe System P-lip pipe, but I absolutely love those kind of mounts and the military mounts, that stuff. I love those, man. They look cool. Yeah, it should, Cascadian. It's worked before. You have a great night, RD. Always good to see you, brother. Oh, thank you, Jeff. I was just trying to, I got the chat opened up on this other side that you guys aren't able to see, because I can mark it there, and I was just a little slow to respond. So thank you, buddy. All right, so I got Louisiana Perique and Carolina Red Flake, and I was looking for my pencil to write that down, but I'll remember them because I was thinking of them earlier, trying to remember. I remember them, so now that you put the name there, it should make it easier. Hey, Paul, good to see you, buddy. How are you doing tonight? Yeah, first pipes will be typically probably a Briar'd, probably Rhodesians, and just kind of go from there. But of course, this will be, I'll make them and share them with you guys, let you know they're done and everything's all good. It'll be like that kind of thing. And then once I'm totally comfortable with it, I won't offer anything to anybody once I've made some practice pipes, tried them myself, made sure they're right, the drilling is spot on. Then So, but it could still be within this year. That's my goal. And I'd like to have my first one made by April, which would be kind of the prototype. That'd be the first. I'd try it, make sure it did good, that kind of thing. So once I am comfortable with it and go, okay, this is a good smoker, make sure I got it all right, then we'll be good. Watch out, you'll get muffin cat. Hey, Yornik, how you doing? Yeah, I'm doing, for anybody who didn't know, I'm doing all my Tuesday stuff today. So I will not have my Tumultuous Tuesday or my live tomorrow. Is that like mushroom stamp? All right. I should put a little bit of long cut Perique because I love long cut Perique. Oh, yeah, that is weird. Post it in the chat, but not on the feed. YouTube does get funny. I've had links work. But I've also had times where they didn't, so currently the long cut Perique is C&D, and I mostly was getting this from tobaccopipes.com. They have great prices on a lot of tobaccos when you can get them bulk for the pound. The prices are really good. Yeah, actually it was Manic Monday. Maniacal would have been. I thought about that too. That would have been a good one, but I had already made the name. But it was Manic Monday, this one. But everything will be back on schedule next Tuesday, and it'll be all good. Yeah, I tend to go. I always look at pipes and cigars, tobacco pipes, and this time I didn't really look at smoking pipes. This time, pipes and cigars had great sales. I got 6 pounds for very, very little, for like half of what it should have been, easy. So it was fantastic. Enrique Perique. I still think you're right. Yeah, it's 10:36 here Monday night, so it's not quite Tuesday for me yet, but oh gosh. Yeah, if it's easier to, you might be able to post it when this is over as a comment, or if it's easier to email it, whatever works, man. So I've got 2 types of Perique in this, so it's going to be good. Plus some red Virginia. So this is going to be savory so far and tasty. I just have to think of something else. I would naturally think of adding Latakia, but I've smoked a lot of Latakia, and I don't want to do too much more because then I'll get funky tastes, so I don't want to do that. Maybe a little bit of Burley. Where'd I put the Burley? No kidding. No kidding, Zippo. We were giving Phil heck about that in the Google Meet, man. All right, we'll do a good amount of Burley here. That'll be probably the biggest portion of this blend will be Burley. That's right. I was remembering when my live got erroneously blocked for nudity, and I got it all taken care of. It's all back. I was able to do the appeal and chat it out, no problem with YouTube. They were actually very cordial and helpful anyway. But it was funny. I remember chatting in a Google Meet and I was like, they said I didn't have clothes. It's like, this time I got clothes. They're just over there, but I'll go get them. It's you that causes. That's funny, Dan. Oh, yeah, I totally mistook you, Jay. How was I to know? It'd be like it'd be like if you were hosting and you didn't have pants, just a shirt, and you forgot and stood up. Good thing I don't do that. I never forget. Man, look at that. Ohio Sweet Muffins is shooting them down left and right. Getting those bots out of here. Thank you, buddy. Your fingers are on fire this evening. You're just like, not happening here. See, and now Paul's here. You've got some competition now. Paul's in here. And you guys should check out, if you're not subscribed to Paul the Piper or anybody else in this chat, you should totally subscribe to them and support them. Paul is like a sleepless dude. He is awesome. He's got everybody's back, man. He is like always in the lives, always helping out. And he's really, really good at moderating. He's fantastic. He's a moderator for a lot of people. And he's always does a great, great job. Thank you, buddy. The next time, gonna get a double muffin. I don't know why, Paul. Did you come in after? You may have came in. Maybe it didn't sync right or something. It didn't show up. I know you're a moderator for me. Although on Restream, even though it's posting to YouTube, it won't show me the wrench. Everybody on here is blue, but it doesn't show the wrench. But I know I have you as a moderator. So maybe the next one, maybe we'll get lucky. $420 chill. Nice to have you. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the live. I'm blending up some. And Mark Twain is an awesome cob, by the way. I too have one, and I absolutely love it. Dan Lopez gave it to me, and it is a heck of a smoking cob, I'll tell you that. Velvet is a nice blend, definitely. I'm putting together a blend. It's got some long cut Perique, some Louisiana Perique, some Peter Stokeby 702 Burley, and some Carolina Red Virginia Flake. So I'm just mixing it together, and we'll see how it smokes. Nice. It is a good everyday pipe. It is one of the best cobs out there, man. It smokes like it's a briar, but it's a cob. Like, it smokes really, really well for a cob. Doesn't burn through things fast. Doesn't get too hot. So it's a very nice cob. The Country Gentleman's another good one. Yeah. But it's up there as one of my favorites, definitely. Hey, Ganji, how you doing, buddy? Doing good myself, thank you. So, long cut perique, if you do too much of it, it can get a really earthy taste or sensation, kind of gritty almost. If you use a whole lot in a blend, depending on what you blend it with, it's the more peppery one, and it has a little bit less nicotine than Louisiana perique. Louisiana perique, and you can also get a little bit of fruitiness from long cut perique, but it's typically like a drier, more savory, kind of peppery kind of smoke. The Louisiana perique has a little bit more nicotine than the long cut. It kind of calms down a little. It's not as strong a flavor, and it supports about anything. Especially if you're going for a cool or fruity kind of smoke. It's more towards that. Doesn't interfere, doesn't add a ton of flavor, but it does have its own great taste that it does contribute, if that makes sense. It isn't overpowering in a blend. It's very calm, and it isn't as spicy or anything like that as the peppery long cut perique. Nice, Yornik. Oh, no problem, buddy. I'm here to help. You got any questions? I'm happy to share any information I can with you, and any experience I've got, I'm happy to share with you guys. I've made tons of blends, man. Tons of blends. Well over 100. Everywhere from a lemon blend and lemon pepper to a rum apple blend. One that tastes like Honey Nut Cheerios. I mean, it's crazy. And there's one component I'm using in this tricks a lot of people. It's the Carolina Red Flake. Red Virginias can be almost as spicy as perique. So a lot of times you'll find a blend you smoke and you don't see perique in it. But if it has Red Virginias, it can mimic that almost to a T. It tricks a lot of people. It tricked me for a long time. So Red Virginia can be spicy as well. The other perique, yeah, it's not as spicy. It would take a lot to be spicy. It'd have to be like half the blend. But one is more for cool and fruity, and can actually help with some of that. What is that word? Not perfume. Some of the floral smells can also come out of Louisiana perique, as well as, depending on what you blend it with, the long cut perique can even support it. It's amazing. It's such an incredible world in tobacco. This hobby is amazing. You can blend things together and get similar sensations that you get from totally different components put together. Yes, it is, Ganji. Yeah, I enjoy it as well, Zippo. I've gotten a lot of appreciation for Red Virginia. Now, Red Virginia can also be bitey, tends to be bitier for some people. The nice thing is, Red Virginia does not take a lot to make an impact on a blend. So you can use a small amount and get a big result in it. Yeah, absolutely, Dan. Some curry powder. Yeah, good advice there, DDT. The story is actually really, really cool. Oh, nice. You're at a good spot, man, when you start really getting the feel for it. And I didn't blend. I've been smoking a pipe for about 3 years now, and I made a couple here and there mixed matches of blends just goofing around before I ever recorded them. And it's amazing. And what ended up helping me blend was, even though I didn't blend at that time, I was gaining experience. You know, you try a new tobacco or a new differently cured tobacco than you've tried in the past. As you're smoking it, even if it doesn't end up being one that you like or prefer, your brain is learning. You're learning that information. You're learning new sensations and stuff. And then if you do decide to blend down the road, it all just helps. So your pipe journey, it's not like, oh man, I didn't know I could have got this out of these blends. I wasted all that time up till now. It really didn't, because if you do end up blending, that all contributes. And then you're down the road blending and like, okay, this is cool. I know this and why this does this and this plus this, or even this brand of this, let's say a brand of Cavendish versus this brand of Cavendish working with this brand of Virginia or something can cause me more bite. And then everybody's different. So it's this crazy changing thing. It's fantastic. It's just fantastic. Thank you, by the way. So I'm going to try this in my Stanwell. So 420, this pipe was about as light colored as my skin when I got it. It's just natural, no stain, and it's gotten that dark. And it was on, I think I've had it about a year now, on sale at Pipes and Cigars. My dad and my wife coordinated, and he got us both one. Or she got one, I don't remember. She bought mine, and he bought hers, or something like that. And hers is still that light color because she doesn't smoke out of that pipe as often as I do. So it's really fun to see the change, because all pipes will color eventually. Typically it's brown, and sometimes you won't tell as early on because of the stain, but all of them do change a little bit over time anyway. Yeah, thank you. I love those pipes. I love them. And within the next, hopefully, month, or probably within the next 2 or 3 months, I'm going to be making pipes, and I intend to make a lot of unfinished pipes. So that's the next journey. I did have a Savinelli Series 3 316 KS Prince, and I have misplaced that somewhere in my house, but I at least have another one. And these Stanwells are great smokers. I've never heard anything bad of a Stanwell. They're just clean smoking, great pipes. This is a fantastic one. This blend. This is, Peter Stokeby 702 Burley. That is a very user-friendly Burley. Has full flavor, but it doesn't, at least for me, it doesn't bite as much as some Burleys can. But yeah, it's got long cut perique. which is a little peppery, light hint of savory or earthy. I didn't put enough in it to really get to a point where it's just really earthy. And the red Virginia. Now this is cool. So the red Virginia, you can already get a little bit of spice. And it kind of heads towards your sinuses a little bit. But it's very savory, mouth-watering, and tasty. You can still taste awesome. I also made a blend that because Burley Light even bit me, Burley Light without a bite. So I made a blend I called Burley Light done right, and that turned out really good. Yeah, 702. If you haven't had Peter Stokeby 702 Burley, it's worth giving a shot, as well as Sutliff J4 Burley. That is a favorite. Has great flavor. Almost makes you think of like maple and pancakes and stuff. It's awesome. Thank you. Yeah, it made me mad. I was offended that it bit me. So I was like, that's enough of this. I don't like bitey Burley. I'm going to fix it. Yeah. And the nice thing is the Louisiana Perique, the fruitier one, just keeps the smoke cool and calm down. The tricky part with blending with long cut Perique is about a third of the way down, it will actually change a little bit and get stronger. So if you light your pipe and you're going, it's not very strong, finish the bowl. When you get part way down, it gets stronger and you get it really comes to life. So I've got a blend that's sweet and smoky, or sweet and sour. No, sweet and spicy. That was the name. And it was awesome because it had Cavendish in it, and you could mostly taste that in the beginning. And as it went down by quarter of the bowl, it'd get a little bit less of the sweet and a little bit more towards the spicy. So at the very end, you didn't even taste any ash or anything. And it ended up being spicy. And it works the same every time I've blended it. It goes from sweet to spicy. It's fantastic. Peter Stokeby English Luxury, 24 Nougat, and they were both great. Very nice. I had a small sample of English Luxury, if I'm recalling which blend correctly. If I remember right, that was one of my preferred Englishes. And Nougat, I've heard nothing but good about. I have not had that one. Maybe in a sample, I don't recall. I've had West Nile and I have epilepsy, so my memory a lot of times it'll just go and I just can't remember. Oh, and actually, Peter Stokeby 313 Oriental is fantastic. If you like English blends, especially if you really haven't found just quite what you're looking for in an English blend, a really great one is if you take Peter Stokeby 313 English or Oriental, about 60% that and 40% Sutliff TS18 Latakia, you can make a wonderful experience for yourself with English. There's no toppings. You taste the tobacco. It's a solid English. It is absolutely my favorite English. To me, it just hits the right spot for Englishes, and it's what came to mind when I pictured Englishes early on that I just wasn't really getting. Great Oriental. Peter Stokeby does a great job on their Oriental. Well, on most of their tobaccos, apparently. Nice. I don't have a Wizard Cobbett, but I have looked at those a lot over the last couple years. Thank you, DDT. I couldn't remember. I wanted to say it had Cavendish, but I did not remember about the Burley. I'd forgotten about that. Then that is right up my alley, Zippo. Nice. Another good Burley for blending with is Granger. It does have a little bit of a topping, but for me, it doesn't bother me at all. And it's really good for illustrating or highlighting the nuttiness Burley can bring to the table. Yeah, and Cavendish is awesome. One mistake I made early on trying to make blends sweeter was to add just more Cavendish. And I had a blend with Cavendish and Virginia, and it ended up being more bitey because I was adding more Cavendish, and with that Virginia, it was bitey anyway. So I've been kind of playing around with different ways around that. The yellow Virginia from Zippo is wonderful. It has great sweetness to it, doesn't take a lot, tastes really good, and adds that touch of like almost like the sweetness you would put sugar in hot tea. It's more like that. It's very nice. Good choices. I had a tub of the half and half, and then I ordered a pouch when I was done with the tub, and actually the pouch one, I don't know if there was an issue with the tub one, but my pouch one was actually much more flavorful, so I did really enjoy it. So Walter Riley is one of my favorites. That is a very good one as well. Granger may still be on sale at Pipes and Cigars. I think the sale's through the week, maybe. They are having another sale at the end, towards the end of the month, with a nice percentage off. Carter Hall and Prince Albert are very good. There was a short time where they actually weren't going to have those produced anymore until a supplier was found in the Dominican Republic. So the nice thing is, yeah, Amphora are good blends. I haven't heard any bad about their blends. I've had Amphora Original. I want to say I had one other, but I could be wrong. Yeah, Carter Hall is very nice. Anyway, they found a supplier in Dominican Republic, so they're made a little differently. Could be because of the region, but they're still very close. The differences are that the Prince Albert is a little less nutty than the original, but it has a nice flavor to it, and it's a little less bitey. So it's positive. It has a nice flavor, and the Carter Hall is very similar. It's more of a pleasant flavor. You don't get quite the full burley kind of flavor that the original had. A place that's really good in their matches, their matched brands are called Our Tobacco. They're Milan Tobacconist, and they make very close matches. They're a good step in between the old and the new. You kind of get more of the nuttiness in their Prince Albert than you do the old, and not quite the full flavor of the new, but it's closer to the old version. Nice, man. Yeah, you got it. Milan and then Tobacconist. They make really close match tobaccos. And I generally myself, I don't go for a lot of matched tobaccos because I've tried some and I'm like, this isn't even close. But theirs are very close, especially their Prince Albert. It's just called Our Prince Albert. and same with Carter Hall. Those are very close to the original. And they're pretty fair price too. They have great customer service. I've had nothing but positive interactions with them. Oh, nice, Yornik. Yeah, this turned out really good. Jeff, I think you'd really like this one, buddy. Every smoke is delicious, and as you puff and then smell it as the smoke's going up, it's awesome. I haven't retrohaled any of the new blends today. I feel bad now. I'm going to try this one. That is a very nice retrohale. Smooth and just a touch of spice at the end. I'm actually very surprised it's not spicier. Well, we're all happy to help, man. Now most of the time, the live that I'm having tonight on Monday would be Tuesday nights. It's regularly Tuesday night. I also have. You're always welcome to join. My email address is in my about section. We do a Google Meet. It doesn't ever get posted online, but it's every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, and it's awesome. Typically, we're around 10 people in there. Sometimes you get closer to 20. They're a great group of guys. Most of these guys are in it, and you just relax. My channel is not politically bent. There's no politics, no drama, no BS. I just don't include that. It's not a religious channel. It's a very easygoing place. So you're certainly welcome to join. If you send me an email, I'll send you the invite. It just shows up in your email as a link. And I think you just have to have Google Meet installed, like the app installed on your phone or your laptop or computer. Exactly. It's all about the hobby. Now we BS about day-to-day stuff, but it's really laid back. But I'm not here to stress anybody out, and that's all it is. I do a lot of blending. A lot of my friends on here have done blending. Dan Lopez has done some really nice blends. Got some great pipe makers as very good friends as well. So it's nice because I can chat with them and share some information, and it's just a really nice community. And then my lives are Tuesday nights as well, typically starting between 10 and 11 p.m. Eastern. Tonight's was about 15 minutes later because we did go over on the Google Meet. But man, when they're having a good time, it's hard to interrupt it. And then I also do lives Saturday night, as well as typically if I'm having a really good morning, because a lot of times the mornings are rougher for me from epilepsy. But if I'm having a pretty good morning, then I do a morning Google Meet on Saturdays. And that's usually about 9 or 10 a.m. Eastern. It just depends on how I am when I wake up. And then I just send out the invites if I can do it right as I start it so everybody knows it's open. But regular content. I also have playlists you're welcome to check out. They've got a lot of the YouTube pipe community members in there, seller collections. I've done reviews on tobaccos, so there's reviews that I've done and some other folks have done. Um, there's random stuff in there just to make you laugh. There's a playlist that's just patriotic stuff. Um, it's just really good. Made amazing friends here. Yeah, you're certainly welcome to be here, man. You've been, you know, I haven't known you for long, but you've been a nice guy to visit with, and I'm certainly happy with how you've been on here, and you're certainly welcome to join in whatever you'd like to join into. Yornik, I wish I had that one because then I would try to recreate it. Oh, nice. That's pretty cool. That makes me a bit honored there. Cool. And Friday, normally I don't do lives on Friday, but Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern, we're doing a Matches 860 tribute live. You know, Dan, I think that's about the best worded I've ever heard that. And I do a lot of objective stuff like reviews. I'll tell you my rating on it as well as an objective point of view on how the blend is. And I try to include if I could see somebody bothered by, like if I could pick up any chemical taste that somebody may or may not be bothered by. Try to include it all so you have as much of an open view and you can make, your own decision, decide if it's one you'd want to try. Yeah, a lot of reviews. I didn't like a lot of reviews, so I had to do reviews. Oh, awesome. Rossi pipes are good pipes, man. Even into modern day, they're good pipes. That's really cool. Both my grandpas smoked a pipe. I didn't know about one of them having smoked a pipe till 12 years after he passed. But it was cool to learn. And then he had a tray. I'll have to kind of unbury it sometime and show you when you're on next. But he's got this leaf tray and it has a big ceramic pipe on it. And I had no idea he had that. Good point, Paul. Well, and there's just no need, and you guys know this. There's no need for Yeah, it's actually pretty cool. Savinelli had a pretty good respect for Rossi, and so they actually had the family making their pipes for a lot of years and selling it under Savinelli name. But I've got a couple of Rossis, and they're fantastic. I got no complaints. I've got Savinellis that I don't have any arguments with. Petersons, a couple of Eric Weavers, some Phil Rivaras, some Stanwells, Missouri Mearshams. It's been cool. Yeah, that gives me a lot of respect for him. Nice, Dan. Yeah, I've got no personal issue with Savinelli or Peterson. I've been very lucky. The only pipe I did not have be a good smoker no matter what I did was a Chacom. My wife really liked the look. I said I'm going to get you a pipe, and so she picked it out. We decided this is going to be a nice one, looks great, great rustication, and that thing gurgles on the first light. It is just not a great pipe. And I've had basket briars that I had my first one didn't smoke great for about a year, and now it's fine. But that Chacom one, I won't buy Chacom again myself because first pipe and it was not a good one for me. Yeah, Dr. Graybo's got a good reputation. Yeah, and I've heard that from those vampiric looking pipes, the Draculas, that's right. The Draculas and the Killarneys that they had an issue with the coatings and the stain bubbling and stuff. That's true, Dan. And when I start making pipes, I'm going to have different woods used. There's going to be olive wood, cherry wood, and eventually briar. But with all the help I've received, briar won't be too far down the road. This was a gift from Kilted Piper Steve. This is a custom freehand cob, and he put mortar in the bottom, and he makes his own mortar. And that is one heck of a cob. My goodness. Geez, Zippo. Yeah, Graybo's I've never heard a negative thing from ever. I learned from watching a couple of pipe videos at first. I just wasn't getting the information I was looking for right away. Oh yeah, that cracks me up all the time. But I ended up with Mutton Chop and then Matches 860 and Sergeant Savinelli, Eddie Gray with the Pipe Nook, and then it just spiraled from there. Yeah, and Morgan Bones pipes are very affordable and they're very great smokers too. But that is my goal to start with, is to make affordable pipes that smoke. My goal is to make them smoke as good as Phil Rivara's. Affordable pipes that smoke incredibly well, that are drilled right and are not seconds. That is my goal. That's the starting vision. The this blend is really funny. Um, it's actually getting fruitier towards the bottom of the bowl. Like, I've noticed a little bit of pickup on the spice, but it's really been controlled well by the Louisiana Perique for some reason, and it's just fruity and good. Yornik. Yeah, I've got one. I think it's either over there, or it's upstairs. I'll have to show in my next live. But the Morgan Bone pipes, they are, they look great, they feel great, they smoke, they are workhorses, man. You smoke those suckers all day, probably won't have to put a pipe cleaner down them if you don't want to. They are great pipes. Awesome Zippo. Yeah, I'm pretty pleased with the length of this one. I didn't think this was going to smoke for a long time, especially with the Virginia, but it's really done well for me. I'm excited to try Old Ironsides now. Oh, nice. I'll write it down, buddy. I don't have it and I haven't had it, but when I order next, I'll see if I can get some and then do a review on it. And all my lives and videos get categorized into playlists. So if you're looking for a live or you're looking for reviews, or like I do around the blend, which is where I go through my blend components and what I get and why I use them, um, it's all my stuff are in playlists, so that might help you a little bit. Um, yeah. Cornell and Deal Midnight Drive. Oh, nice. Quiet Nights is one of my favorites. That's a well done blend. And if you're looking for, or you're out of, or you haven't had a blend that tastes like um, McClellan's Frogmorton Cellar, Drexel 6 is really, really, really close to that. It's got the VI at the top for 6. Drexel is extremely affordable. I've had the 6, the 2, and the 8. They're all good. 8 is a vapor. They use good quality tobaccos. They're very affordable. I think I got mine at tobaccopipes.com. But Drexel, when you said diamond in the rough, Drexel's like that too. Some nice blends or brands for aromatic. Old Shenandoah. Lane has some great ones. And some of the Peterson blends are really, really good too. Like Hearth and Home, that's another one. Hearth and Home, very nice with some age, tastes like blueberries, but it doesn't taste all chemically and weird. Doesn't give as much pipe gurgle as you would think. Burns to white ash. Yeah, Drexel 6 is close, man. Oh, so I didn't delete any, Dan. I'll double check on that. For a while, I had somebody. Nice, Zippo. I've had somebody trying to misappropriate my blends. So the ones that I wanted to sort of protect a little more, I had blocked. They are not deleted. I had just blocked some of those blending ones because somebody was, you know, if I make a blend for you I'm fine with sharing the components. I don't care what you do with the blend. It's your blend. Um, but someone was trying to say that they made it and then attempted to sell it. And I just didn't, with that person particularly, I didn't feel like that was right. So I did unfortunately have to block some of those videos um, to protect them, but it is not deleted. They are still in existence. But I'll see. I think I can set it so that I can invite you to view it. I'll have to look, but by now it should be fine. I should be able to unlock it. But someone was being I don't know the right word. They were trying to misappropriate a blend. Oh, geez, Zippo. I haven't had that one yet. And when I say grape, I mean white wine. Yeah, I know, because I had forgotten I blocked some of those, Dan. And I looked and I was like, I know I have over 1,000 videos. And I'm like, how come it's in the 900s now? And I remembered. So now what I'm trying to do. Oh, that's nice of you, Zippo. I won't argue, buddy. Sure, Dan. I'll check now because I think I can get it set up to show you. I don't remember how to unlock them, but I'm trying. I'm scrolling through it. To manage, I gotta scroll through it. Yeah, Zippo, it's on the about section. I'm a close to it. Can't even talk. Well, there was my lemony snickets blend. All the fun with playing with Mabu's hair. Here it is, Dan. It should show up for you in an email, Dan. Ooh. I don't know what it is here. I'll check my temperature. It says 32 degrees, but I don't know what it is with the wind. So I would guess around 28 or so. It's not super cold. I'm also on 420. I'm also on Instagram as well. It's all Briar'd up. It just has an underscore between all and Briar'd and up. A little of everything. I really like. Great Balkan is Hearth and Home Larry's blend. By the way, I wanted to tell you that, and I forgot for a bit. I really like, or started out really loving aromatics and Cavendishes. I still have a soft spot for Cavendishes, but I've made some great blends. There was one called Sweet Cream, and then my most successful, like totally perfectly blended blend is Sapphire, and that one, or Saffron, and that one is awesome. Oh, great, Dan. I'm happy for you, buddy. I'm glad it showed up. Thank you, 420. Yeah, I'll check out your channel, buddy. If you don't have any videos, feel free to post them, and I'll do a shout out, and we'll get you some support, man. But I've really been enjoying. My favorites are usually vapors with more of a focus on Perique. Cavendishes, like I said, are a soft spot, but I've made some great blends with Latakia and had some great blends with Latakia. And so really, that's kind of, I'll enjoy any blend type. But it's really now that I'm getting used to tasting tobaccos and kind of finding new nuances or new things to enjoy in a blend than the stuff I've already experienced. Like I had some stuff with deer tongue, and that's actually the leaf. That's the vanilla plant leaf. That on its own creates like 4 different flavors that I had gotten from other tobaccos. So now it's just kind of finding more, what else can I do, taking the next steps. But pretty much any type, man. And when I do reviews, like I said, I'm very strict with my reviews. So if I do a 5-star review on something, objectively, it'll usually get somewhere between 4.5 and 5 stars. And for me, it might be 5 stars, but it's got to have an X factor to get 5 stars. It's got to have something that just can't explain why it's that good. And so even if you see some of my reviews where a blend might get 2.5 stars, I'm very, very critical. The blend components have to work well together. I test retrohale, tongue bite, chemical taste, stuff like that. But I definitely appreciate all tobaccos. And it depends on the week now, man. Like sometimes I'll go, like this week, I've made a lot of blends with Virginias and a lot of blends with Latakia. But I am like a sucker for good vapors. And I don't know, those sweet blends that are smooth and smoky, and sometimes those blends that are really savory and earthy and like there's a grill outside. So mostly it's been Englishes and vapors. Anything with Latakia and vapors have really been good to me lately. Yeah, I didn't see an email from you yet, Zippo. It is current. I double checked the other day too because I hadn't received one from you. But the email on there is current. And I've been getting people's emails. But my phone does have an update, so maybe that's interfering. So I'll go ahead and update that in a moment. But Mabu is ready for bed, so I'm gonna. Oh, hey, honey. I sent Dan the video of his blend. Since it was locked, I'm still able to email it. And he said, the video in the email says age restricted. Do you think I'm young enough to watch? I think so, Dan. Oh man, Yornik is feeling like cold 2. The revenge is coming, so he's gonna crash now. You have a good night, brother. Yeah. Well, Sam Gowith is good. Yeah, I kind of got wind of that too. That they might be limiting what is sold here. But Gowith and Hogarth blends you can find at a reasonable price. Usually at tobaccopipes.com. Their blends are fantastic. Kendall Gold is a really good Virginia. It adds sweetness. Takes just a half a pinch in a blend, and you can get great sweetness from it. It can get bitey if there's too much. Their Balkan blend is really good. I have a sweet cream blend that's mostly that, and then it has some just the right percentage of Lane BCA. If you miss the mark, one takes over the other, but just right, it's amazing. It's like smoking silk. It's not even fair. On its own, Kendall Cream. I'm trying to think of that one. I think I've had Kendall Cream. I'll have to check that out. I'll have to look. I've got bags in a little wooden chest here, mostly gifts, and they're just kind of tucked away, so I need to dig through that. But thank you guys for being here. Thanks for the support. 420, it was nice to meet you and talk with you, man. Feel free to send an email, and I can send out the invites for our Google Meets. Again, they're Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern, other than tomorrow. I have a friend visiting I haven't seen in years, so I'm leaving tomorrow open to see him. And then my lives are usually Tuesday night around 10 Eastern, and same with Saturday night. But you're welcome to any of them, man. And I'm hoping to get back. Once this garage is done, I'd like to get back to more of the fun of doing like WeChat Wednesdays and Middle Earth Monday and Meerschaum Monday and Savinelli Sunday, all that stuff I've missed doing for quite a while. So hopefully I get a little less busy. I can take care of it. But yeah, you're welcome here anytime, man. So nice to meet you. Thank you guys. And God bless you. Ron, if you're still in, I hope your wife recovers smoothly and does very, very well. Oh, hey, Hillbilly. Good to see you, brother. I'll send that to you. I think I can do it now. I'm already in the right spot. Cool. All right. It's coming to you, buddy. You guys have a great night and be well.